You too, what it do, man? Y'all know what time it is. More panel time. Let's get it.
Yep.
It is. You do get outcasted. We can't act like this isn't a thing. If
Hopefully my camera not in the way. I apologize if it is.
you don't fit into that whole stereotype, they want to say you're not black or you a sellout or whatever.
Can I chime in? Because there's this constant I feel like because what the media projects and propagates about black people, everyone seems to think that every black person has grown up in the hood, been to the hood, had a hood experience, and so they think that that's the worldview for all black people, and it's just simply not. And so going back to, because I really am exhausted with the constant headline of bashing black women and black people just in general, black men, black women. It's like, is there anything else to talk about?
The black community does it to itself, though.
Okay, Molly, can I finish, love?
And for us to be the minority, we have to say, and we're committing most of the crimes. We can't sit here and act like it's not
we're committing
problem.
most of the crimes
as the minority.
This is why I say what I say, and please allow me to finish. This is why I say what I say, because we really have been brainwashed to believe that we're the biggest crooks and criminals out here, and that cannot be.
No, we're not, but we also think that we don't do any wrong.
Molly, can I please finish without you interrupting, though? Thank you. So all I'm saying is this: you had your experience because you grew up in the hood. You know hood things. You went on to get to school, and they made fun of you for it. I can't say that I had that experience, and I grew up around all black people. I went to a dominantly white high school, but there was a big chunk of black people there. My neighborhoods were all middle class to upper class black people, right? So there are levels to this, and just like Dennis was saying, what's being propagated is this byproduct of ratchetness, and y'all want to paint that picture overall, and it's not. And my issue that I have with the so-called joke, which was very tasteless, wasn't funny, that was a moment where they were pointing out the positive things of being with a black woman. The positive sides of being with a black woman will have a black, any racist man, because let's be clear, if you are a black man that gets with a woman who's stylish or has it, whatever, she's going to elevate you in that realm too. But it's a sight to see when it comes to white men, because we have this idea of how white men dress and how they act. But then when they get with a black woman, all of a sudden they take a little more pride in their appearance. Their hairline is a little more crispier. The swag is a little tighter, right? That was a moment to point out a positive factor in regards to black women, which is something that we don't usually see, especially on these platforms. And that white man had to use that moment to point out a negative stereotype about a specific type of black people and black woman, and try to say, oh no, it couldn't be no positive aspect of them dating a black woman. It's because they getting hit in their face or they're always complaining. And that's what I just don't, I can't honor that. And we have to stop sweeping over disrespect with it was a joke, because in the context of their conversation,
he's a comedian. You guys will laugh at any other person that he talks about. He talks about everybody.
Molly, I'll let you know when I'm finished, love. I love to hear your perspective, but not when I'm speaking. Thank you. So as I was saying, what I'm saying is that was tasteless. That in that moment, in that context, they weren't joking. They were simply talking about the black wife effect. My question is, that was a positive moment. Why did he have to make a negative joke, something so stereotypical and something using his platform that will have other people believing this? I think
it's not a lie, though. Listen, I was on this panel last week.
You see, I be trying to understand and get where Jazz is coming from. Jazz has a victim mentality. She doesn't understand that she plays directly into the stereotypes and or adding to the face of what they generally say about black women. Jazz does not do a good job of not playing into that stereotype.
I was on this panel last week, and the man said white men get a better version of black men than black men do. And I said, no, that is not true. And Andrew Schultz sat there and he proved my point. No, they do not always get the best version of a black woman. Sometimes they do get slapped upside their head. Sometimes they do deal with ratchet women. Like they do. And we can't sit here and say that we're being disrespected, though.
You know what, Molly? Because I've been cut off enough. Quite frankly,
it's the truth. No, girl, listen,
are you
it's
that
the
type
truth.
Of black woman? Are you that type of black woman? Am I? Or is Carrie? Is Val?
Me and you are not the same. We don't even carry ourselves the same.
Are any of your peers? Are any of my peers that way? No. So
Yeah, and I know ratchet black girls that date white men. Like, what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that
My husband is white, Jazz. My husband is white. We're not about to have this conversation when I'm sick. I literally am in a German and English immigrant
no
family.
wonder you think the way you think, baby, because you
What
really
do you
believe
mean?
you really believe that all black women are violent like that, and we're not.
No, I don't believe. Do you
And
see
the
me sitting
majority
here
of us,
getting as
but
buck
let
as
me
you are
finish.
right now?
You just want
No,
to
you
argue with
don't.
me tonight, and I don't know why, because you're not letting
I'm
me
not arguing
finish,
with you,
but
Jazz.
you
You
keep
the one
calling
that's
me
turned up,
up,
huh?
and
But
I
you
can't even
think
get
that
my
I'm not
thought.
gonna say anything because you're being
Okay,
loud.
but you're not even being respectful in this moment. I can't even finish my thought without you
I
jumping in,
turned
baby.
off my mic and you were still talking.
Well, no, I have been talking and you've been cutting me off, sis. So which stance you want to take? Because all I'm trying to get you to understand is that it's not cool. It's not cool for a white person to take a positive moment speaking about quality black women and the effects and impact that they have on men, right, when they date them, to making it seem as though
Black women don't even like black women.
girl,
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
done.
you will talk mess about a black woman in a blink of an eye.
No,
He made
I
a
don't do
joke.
shit. I don't do corny shit like that. I'm not set up like that. My characters, I gain nothing by taking down my sister. I gain nothing by taking down my brother. I'm all about community. And that's why
Listen, I don't want the representation of me to be some ratchet woman, but that's
and
what
it's
it is.
not.
Why?
Who
Because
told you
that's what's
that?
being
And it's
portrayed on the
not. Who
media.
told you that? Who
Maybe
told
make the
you that?
stallions twerking on stage
Oh
for
my
Kamala
God.
Harris during a
Girl, think how you
political
want to.
event. Let's
I'm done,
start
y'all.
there. Let's start there. But this is not a thing. This is our representation politically.
Listen.
Now she got a point with that. That is exactly what it is though, but you gotta also understand. It's not you can always say, yeah, we're gonna blame Meg the Stallion. We're gonna blame Meg the Stallion for getting up there twerking on the stage, but you also gotta look at it from this point of view. Who is pushing, who is supporting? The ratchet, ghetto, loud, disrespectful black woman is the face of black women.
We're sitting here acting like we're not the butt of the joke. If you took, I was not offended because I know that there is some truth to that.
I'm done, y'all. This is exhausting because you're so fixated on believing what you've been.
Josh, you just always want to be right. You don't like any pushback. But the thing is,
being very objective.
you have to be open to other people's perspective.
I hear what you're saying. I understand, and I say that you are right. There are some black women in general, who can be violent towards their men. What I'm saying is that is not the majority of our sisters.
And I stuck up for black women last week. I already understand. I understand this, but we still do have to be honest. We walking around with ridiculous looking BBLs. We're constantly loud. Like, come on, you go around.
You know what? We're just terrible people. He was absolutely right. Andrew Schultz is absolutely right about black women.
Is there not room for improvement in the black community?
Of course there is, and there's also room.
So what are we talking about?
Of course, there's room for improvement, but can you also agree that there's also room for improvement of people's perspective on how they view black women? Because if the view
because every time I look on the news, I see some black woman looking ratchet doing something ratchet. Like,
so what are you paying attention to? Why are you always around such ratchetry? Because I'm not. Where do you?
I'm not, but what's being portrayed, because the women that actually have some class, they're not doing that.
Do you go to the country club? Do you hang out at prestigious lounges? Do you go into political events? Do you really communicate? Are in community with quality black people, or is all you know is ratchet women? Because that's what it sounds like. Because I know the rooms that I'm in, yeah, we like to have a good time, but we're elevated, intelligent.
Listen, if that wasn't the case, these white girls, all these other girls from all these other ethnicities, they sit there and they do the same belligerent stuff that they see black girls do. They buying lips, they buying butts. So why are we sitting here acting like this is not a thing?
We know that it's a thing, but it is such a thing that's all you can consume, that you forget about the other side of it, that there are positives to the black culture, that there are quality black people out here.
And that's true. There are quality black people out here. But the quality black people get shrouded by the foolishness. The quality black women, the quality black men, they're shrouded by foolishness. What is the pinnacle of black culture? Is all ratchet, ghetto, trashy shit is at the top of our culture. The only way to dismantle that is to stop supporting it. That is the only way to dismantle it. Black people as a whole have to get away from that. You wanna bring it down, you gotta stop supporting it. Jazz doesn't have a really good understanding of some versus all. And Molly is not saying all. But Molly is saying a lot of our black women are the stereotype. And it's the face of black women.
The hyperfixation on everything negative in the community.
What are the quality black people doing though? Are they shaking their butt?
Why don't you let me finish speaking, ma'am? Like,
how long are you
always dominate the top? You always dominate the panels.
You know what? You're right.
You dominated.
Y'all got it. I'm done.
And you are. What point are you trying to prove to me, though?
If you believe that is the majority of the women that you're around, then I would suggest that you find better quality environments to hang around in. Because at the end of the day,
is what we're showing off.
At the end of the day, you are very white assimilating. At the end of the day, your mindset and your perspective is already skewed as a black woman because of what you do and how you do it and who you do it with, sis. And
because I saw that where I grew up,
all black women
it was a dead end.
Are ratchet because that's what you've been told by your counterparts.
So I don't think all black women are ratchet. What are you talking about?
I'm done.
The portrayal of black women is ratchet. We have embraced a very ratchet.
Nobody is embracing
what black woman do you look up to?
That is what's
Tell me what black woman. No, Jazz. What black woman do you look up to?
Oh my God. Girl.
Do you have any black women you look up to?
Girl, I'm
that's
done.
in the public spotlight.
Misunderstanding me, and I'm once again the one.
Why didn't she answer the question? Why she went straight to the that's a valid question. What black women do you look up to? A lot of and there are a lot of black women. Their role models are Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, and any other ratchet celebrity reality TV star. And then they wonder why. They fail. They wonder why they fail. They wonder why they have the victim mindset. They wonder why they're not respected as women. Classy women are always going to be viewed as top tier women. Little boys run after ratchet HOEs because you're an easy lay. A lot of women in our community are running around with this victim mindset. And they're running around with a victim mindset and they're locked in on being a stereotype.
I understand you, but we have to, like, you can't just see things. You gotta have some nuance.
Look up to you. Do you have any black women you look up to?
What are you talking about? My mother is black. My grandmother is black.
Girl, get out of here. Get out of here.
But I'm talking about as far as public figures. Who do we have representing us as far as public figures? Who are they taking to the White House? Glorilla. Who are they having dance on stage for political events? Meg Thee Stallion. So I'm not about to sit here and do this with you today, Jazz. I'm really not, okay? I love you to death. I understand where you be coming from as a
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, she checkmated her with that. Hey, I mean, how could you rebuttal that? That's why Jazz got quiet, because Jazz can't argue that. You got ratchet black women as the face of black women. That's the number one problem.
Woman, but we have to be honest. You're not being honest. Kamala Harris showed us who our representation was. It was Meg Thee Stallion. You want to sit here and tell me that that's not ratchet? It's ratchet to me. Maybe it's not ratchet to you. Maybe that's your norm. But for me, that's not my representation.
But can we also agree that there are two different subcultures in the black community for the most part?
That's why black people are never going to get anywhere. Y'all have too many subcultures and cultures. Get on one accord.
I was going to finish.
You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say,
go ahead, but I'm just saying, okay, black people, the whole black community is not on one accord. We want to sit here and talk all of this, and we want to say white people are so bad, but y'all cannot stop giving y'all money to white people. Y'all follow in white people's footsteps. Y'all follow every single thing that they do, but all of a sudden we can't be mad because we're being stereotyped, but we will stereotype a white person in a heartbeat. And I don't think ghetto has a color, first off. White people can be ghetto. Asian people can be ghetto. Hispanic people can be ghetto. We see it every single day. And if you want to sit here and talk about where we get our culture from, when economists are saying that we get our culture from Southern redneck white people, I don't want to hear it. Like, y'all have to come with a better argument than, oh, we're the best representation. So why aren't women who are a good representation of the black community put on those pedestals? Because all I see is stripper rappers.
Okay.
Well,
so
go ahead.
I was going to just say, first off, as Yes, first off, as far as the joke, it was just a joke. I mean, I
Yeah,
grew up
I'm
on
just
raunchy.
trying to figure.
I grew up on
It's
raunchy
just a
comedy, so
joke.
I'm like, it's just a joke. First
Just
off,
a joke.
but number two, I want to talk about the two subcultures within the black community. You got hood culture. Me, I was raised in church culture, and in church culture, as far as things in the hood, I never experienced that. So I have a completely different view as someone who was raised in hood culture, and those are just two just prominent cultures
I
in
was
black
raised
community.
in the church
But
too.
Hold on, Marty. Hold on, Marty.
but I was gonna say, as far as even with white people, I was gonna say, since we're a smaller demographic, like if you look at white people, I think they were like 60% of the population in the U.S. and they have a bunch of different subcultures. You have country white people, you have prominent white people, you have trailer trash white people. It's like you have a bunch of different subcultures, but since they're a bigger demographic, they're able to nitpick. Like not every white person is like a scuba diver or someone that's gonna take it and like do adventures and risk their life and almost kill themselves doing stupid stuff. Are there white people doing that? Yeah. But I'm saying, as far as the jokes, it was just jokes. I don't think
But you
anybody
know what
should
the
take it
problem with
seriously.
that though is, Dennis?
What's popping?
And I understand where you're coming from. Is that we don't separate ourselves
Every other
from
culture does.
exactly. We don't separate ourselves. If I say no, I'm only going to align with people that's going in the direction that I'm going in, then we call it sellouts.
I never.
I don't have
mean,
to align
sure,
myself with Meg the Stallion and all of them. I don't.
Can I say something in regards to this Megan
I've
Stallion
never
You
thing?
seen
get 30 seconds.
You know, being a black person who never wanted to go with the crowd, never wanted to be the, typical stereotype as a black person, wanting to have more for yourself, having goals, dreams, aspirations, things that you wanted to be other than remembered as some black dude from the hood, and as black people, we do have to get away from that. It doesn't matter that you came from the hood. It doesn't matter that you came from the projects. You don't have to move through life like that's where you came from. You don't have to remind people that, yeah, I'm from the hood and you have to carry that around all your life. Be above that. Yeah, that's where I come from, but that doesn't define me. Just because we came from the struggle doesn't mean we have to carry the struggle around with us. Jazz has a victim mentality and she doesn't listen to understand, she listens to respond. That is her biggest issue. She couldn't name any prominent black women. Look at the type of black women that are pedestalized in our community.
You don't tell me what I did. So what I'm saying,
it was a joke. Relax.
all right, well, make it funny next time. So what I'm saying is that when it
Get out
comes
the
to
booth
who
next time.
Kamala Harris and them, when it comes to who Kamala Harris brought out, that has nothing to do with us. That is propaganda 101.
That's our
Molly, please.
Hold on,
representation. She
Molly.
could have
Hold on,
picked
Molly.
Please,
Hold on,
anyone.
Molly.
Molly, damn.
Hey, hold on. Molly
You're doing a
cool.
lot.
Hold on, Molly cool.
No,
Jazz, go
not
ahead.
Jazz, you get on every panel
Jazz.
doing a lot. Don't start with
I
me
don't
today.
care.
I know I'm
I ain't been
usually
nothing but
ladylike
nice
and
to you.
quiet, but don't get
And
it
you're
twisted.
not even letting me get my words out, girl.
Go
Go ahead
ahead.
and
But
flick
all
that
you
wig.
do
That's
is talk and you
fine.
never say
It's a
anything
beautiful
though. So go
wig.
ahead and talk,
I
Jazz.
see you. It's a beautiful wig.
Girl, boo. You have seen my hair before. My hair is
Okay,
killing
well,
yours.
you
And don't
flicking
make
it
it
at
about
me
my
like
hair.
you're
Don't
doing
make it about
something.
me. No, don't make it about me though. You all the way in
Okay, well,
Chicago. Don't make it about me, honey.
so what
Hold
I'm
on,
saying is
ladies.
this.
Real.
Okay, all right,
Hold
well
on,
then
y'all.
you
Hold
are
on.
extra spicy. You
Hold
extra spicy
on,
today.
y'all.
All I'm doing is
Hold
sharing my
on.
I'm
Hold
extra
perspective.
on.
spicy every day, so you
Hold,
might as well learn who you talking
hold on.
to. Don't come at me like you come
Girl,
at every
I've
other
already
woman that
learned who
comes on
you
this
are.
panel, Jazz.
Hold
Okay?
on,
I've
y'all.
learned who
Okay?
you are a long time
Hold
ago.
Okay?
on.
You sleep with a white man. That
Ladies.
says everything.
So what?
Ladies.
I don't work.
Says a lot.
I don't work. I
Ladies.
don't punch a clock.
Ladies.
I don't have to get up in the morning and go
Good
work
for
for
Hold
a
you. Good
on,
for
boss
you,
y'all.
and
babe.
then
Good
go
for
answer
you.
to a man at the end of the day.
Bravo.
Ah.
Don't nobody give a fuck.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Listen.
Goofy ass. She doesn't even
Hey,
realize how brainwashed she
hold
is.
on. Jazz.
What?
Jazz.
That's funny.
Ladies. Here.
It's
She
really not
kicking it off with
bothering me. I
me.
Hold
promise.
on,
It's not bothering me.
She kicking it off with
Yeah,
me. Girl,
hold on.
bye.
Look at the chaos.
I haven't cut this girl off all night.
Jazz, can you give me 1 second? Can you give
Go
me
ahead. Cause y'all not gonna make me look like a fool.
Jazz, you can't even let me.
Doing a good
Come
job
on.
with that for yourself.
So listen, y'all. Let's not attack personal. And the reason that I don't want y'all to attack personal, even though it is great entertainment, I don't want y'all to do that because after we cut this live stream off, it ain't no personal beef. It's all I just want to leave it on the panel. Real talk. We don't got no animosity towards each other. Everything is cool. Everybody respect each other. Everybody just passionate about what they saying. All right. So I'm gonna kind of try to run a little bit more interference to allow people to get their points off. Go ahead, Jazz.
All right, so all I wanted to say, and I'm gonna be done with this. When it comes to why Kamala Harris brings out who she brings out, that is very strategically planned and designed, because the overall consensus of how they want people to view black people is ratchet, is degeneracy, is wholeness, and stripper that, right? So they pander to bring these people out to make it seem like this is what the black people want. They're not going to bring actual good quality leaders in our communities right now that are actually doing the work, that are actually moving things forward, that are in the youth, that are in the communities actually doing the work. No, they're not going to do that, because that doesn't bring ratings. So you have to understand, what you're watching is all smoke and mirrors, Miss Molly, and you cannot sit here and say that just because you've been brainwashed to believe a racist supremacist rhetoric about black people, that it is the truth.
It's a popularity contest. And like I said, a lot of the black women, they expose themselves simply for who they support. You cannot push ratchet and then complain when the world says this is all black women. Ratchet, ghetto, and trashy is absolutely stamped to the black community. It's tattooed on the black community, and we tattooed it, and they wonder why that's how black women are viewed.
All I'm saying is this: while there are some ratchetry, like Dennis has been trying to explain, there are subcategories, just like within every culture there are, right? But you seem to believe that black people are the only ones just acting a fool, as if we haven't been strategically placed and designed to be in the place that we are. Now, with that being said, you have to know that there are a subculture of very intelligent, elevated, eloquent, entrepreneurial black women and men out here today that are really doing the work. Now, if you don't know them, that's on you. But don't sit here and be hyper-focused on the negative side and try to paint the picture for it all, because that's just simply untrue. That's just it. And when it came back to that joke, I'm just saying, can we ever find a time to allow a space to speak positively about the impact of dating a black woman? Because there are plenty of stories of positive happenings between black men, black women, and white men. And that man sat up there and had to make it very stereotypical in the name of a joke when it was unnecessary. And you want to sit here and say it was necessary because we need to call out the truth. Him doing that shit is not helping nothing. Him doing that is not ceasing any type of ratchetry or any type of disgust that you may have against your own people. So that's why I have a problem with it. And I have a problem with those men that sat there and hee and ha ha instead of said it with their chest and say, hey bro, relax. That ain't really how black women are. So if we can stop hyper focusing on all the negative sides of things and use our intelligence and understand that there is a positive, then maybe we can get somewhere. Then maybe you will say we're actually progressing and we don't have these problems. But you're fixated on what you've been told to fixate on, and that is to look down on black people. And and I feel sorry for you for that, honey.
Okay, so hold on, wait, hold on. Molly, did you want to respond?
Go ahead, Anton. I'll let you say whatever you have to say.
Well, no, I want to give y'all the floor to say what y'all want to say. I just want everybody to be able to hear, because nobody gonna be able to hear if y'all talking over each other.
Yeah, I understand. Obviously, if this is what we are being shown as black people, this is what we're embracing, or at least that's what we're showing them we're embracing. So if we're so great, why are we last in everything? What do black people have? And this is not me being racist. I'm black, but the question has to be asked. What makes black people what makes us so special? Because we can be entertainers? What industries do we own? Answer that question for me.
Well, hold on. All right, so let's hold on for a second. Val, did you want to say something?
Oh, okay.
And then I'm coming to Carrie and Toya after that. And then I'm going to let the guys, if y'all want to say something. You don't have to say something, Toya.
No.
I want Val and then Carrie and then Toya. And then I'm going to leave it open for the guys and for anybody to say what they want to say after that. But I just wanted to run some interference to make sure that everybody can get their thoughts out clearly.
Okay. So I want to address the question, are black women getting an unfair shake And do they deserve the reputation? I don't think Black women listen. And the reason why I say this is because we don't listen to how people experience us. And that means Black men, that means white people, it means other cultures. How do other cultures experience us? How do they see us? And I think we get triggered when things are brought out or pointed out, the issues of Black women. We get triggered. We get very and highly emotional because we think people are beating up on us instead of just being silent and listening to how people experience you. Most Black men, we already know, as Anton said, that Black people are not a monolith. I mean, we already know that, as Anton said, that, you know, we know that Black people aren't a monolith. We know there are subcultures. We know that not every Black person or every Black woman is XYZ. We know that. But if you listen to how Black men as a whole and in general, how they experience Black women, just ask them and listen to what they say. And don't say anything. Don't defend yourself. Stop defending Black women. Stop defending yourself. If you listen and you be quiet, you will understand where people are coming from and you'll understand how people experience you. And I think because we are so emotional about, and we're hurt, we're hurt that people say this about us. We're hurt that, you know, we feel that we're being attacked. We are operating from a defense mechanism instead of listening and taking it in and saying, okay, well, do I operate like that? And if I do, then maybe I need to change up my tactics. Maybe I need to change up how I communicate. Maybe I need to change up how I move with other Black men or other people in my life. So I think a lot of Black women are moving from their pain instead of moving from just being silent and listening and observing how people experience you. If you really want to be honest and be realistic, most people experience Black women the way they say they experience Black women. But we're not listening to that. And that's why
Jazz doesn't have that understanding or the ability to listen and understand why somebody would say these things about her. You know, y'all always say this about Black women when it's not about Black women, but it's about you.
Say women, I'm going to specifically talk about us because I'm a Black woman. I grew up in the hood and I grew up in some white neighborhoods. I got both. And I've been told that I speak like a Black woman. I've had both. I've been told I'm not Black enough. I'm not white enough. Whatever. I don't subscribe to any of that bullshit. What I do is shut the fuck up and listen. And I think we need to start doing more of that because that will take you a lot farther than trying to defend yourself on how people really are experiencing you. And another point I wanted to make is most Black families grew up without a father. We are a very matriarchal culture. We grew up without fathers, so we don't have a Black man experience in our lives. Most of us do not. I'm not saying all, most of us do not have a Black male experience and figure in our life. That attributes to how we communicate with Black men. If you had a Black father in your life, we would not communicate the way we communicate to Black men and to other people. So all I'm saying is, instead of Black women always being on a defense when someone or some culture points out something that we may be deficient in or an issue that we may have, instead of being defensive about it, just be quiet and observe how other people are experiencing you as a Black woman as a whole.